The trim tool is used to UV unwrap selected faces, then align them to a selected trim within a trim sheet. To place a trim, first select the target mesh and enter Face Component mode. Select the faces you want to unwrap to a trim. Bring up the radio menu and hover over the Trim section. In the Trim section you can either click on a library image to open a drop-down menu where you can select a specific trim, or click the plus icon below a library image to quickly place the last used trim from that library. The faces UVs will be unwrapped and fit to the trim differently depending on if the trim is a repeating trim or a decal trim. Also, if the target mesh is using a standard surface material, the trim material will auto-match its properties. After placing a trim, the DecalMaster Adjust tool is activated. The Adjust tool allows you to translate, scale and rotate the UVs directly in the viewport. You can also cycle the fit modes and the trim used. Fit mode determines how the UV rect is aligned to the trim rect. There are 3 fit modes: stretch, inside and outside. The auto mode simply selects from outside or stretch modes depending on if the trim is repeating or not. Stretch mode disregards the aspect ratio of the UV rect and perfectly fits the UV rect to the trim rect. As you can see, if the two rects aspect ratios differ, then this will cause stretching. Inside mode ensures the UV rect fits entirely inside the trim rect while maintaining the UV rect's aspect ratio. If the two rects aspect ratios differ, then this will cause clipping of the trim. Outside mode also retains aspect ratios but completely encapsulates the trim rect inside the UV rect, and so the excess UV area may cause other trims to be visible from the trim sheet, like in this example. For non-repeating trims, if you use inside or outside fit modes, you will get the least distortion. To remove the excess UV space that is displaying unwanted trims, you can cut additional edges. After making cuts, just set the unwanted faces back to the original material. Trim tool currently does not support triangle or n-gon faces very well. It is highly recommended to temporarily quadrangulate your selection, by adding or removing edges, to achieve best results.